3 minutes to impress the judges. And that little voice on my shoulder saying, you can't do it, you're gonna fail. I said, shut up. My mouth is like dry. I'm literally scared spitless. And I start my routine.
I use the speedball at speaking events or training programs because it's a great visual metaphor of mastery in action. It's dynamic, it's about movement, about rhythm, about being successful at achieving an outcome.
All right, now look, just to earn the right to be here real quick, because it's not about me, I'd much prefer spend this time to give you some tools. So to keep my intro really quick, I'm going to actually use some TLAs. All right, that's 3-letter acronyms. Yeah, cool. TLAs, okay? So I'm from WA originally with WFI, then I moved to VIC where I joined a company called CNW. I formed EMG, which is now trading as ETD. And now you're probably thinking, OMG.
You've got to have a target. You've got to put a peg in the sand. You're going to say, this is where we're going and that's what we're going to land this year. And we've got to grow or we're going backwards.
The third reaction is what I got from a few of you, where people almost literally put their pens down and cross their arms and go, get stuffed. These things are important to me and I'm not putting a line through any. That's how important your beliefs and your values are. And often, what we're doing in life all the time, let alone with tradies on site, is we're stepping on stuff that's important to them. And we're actually snapping rapport with them at a subconscious level and we don't even realise we're doing it. We're doing this with our friends and our family members and our partner, spouse, significant other all the time. So be aware of the role our values play.
But when were you last outside your comfort zone? And when did you last give up on a dream because of fear or maybe a lack of knowledge? Have you ever been really amazed at what you can achieve in a short period of time when you get focused and if you're on purpose? Now, when was the last time you were out of control in some area of your life? The companies I work with, speak to, consult to, they tell me this is their norm. Reactive and out of control.
There's always two worlds. There's our world and our model of the world, our thoughts, our beliefs, what's important to us, and then there's their world. Well done. When we drop through all this, our values are at the heart of everything. They're at the heart of our motivation. What are your 3 top values? They probably drive every decision you make and they're really important to your life. What are they? Jot them down for a moment. Now, it's Becky who's hiding up in the dark in the back there. I taught her this with an ex-boyfriend who was kind of walking all over her a little in some areas of her life. And the next time we caught up, I said, how are you going with the assertiveness wheel, Beck? And she said, putty in my hands. In fact, eventually, I think she got it and she said, look, I think you're a lovely guy, but I just feel like I could do better and I prefer you get out of my life. Do you remember that movie, A Few Good Men? You ever served in a military unit, son? He says, no, sir. Did you ever defended your nation against an aggressor, son? Tom Cruise says, no, sir. He says, you ever put your life in someone else's hands, have them put their life in yours, son? He says, no, sir. He says, we follow orders, son. All people will die. It's that simple. Are we clear? He says, yes, sir. He says, are we clear? And Tom Cruise says, crystal. right? Coming back to something. See, whenever anyone looks down their nose at what you're doing here or makes little wise cracks, I want you to just hold up your hand and say, you ever renovated a property for profit, son? You ever studied with Cherie Barber, son? You ever taken the worst house in the best street and renovated it to its former glory, son? We renovate for profit or the real estate industry dies. Are we clear? And keep going until they say, crystal. Yeah, they've got no idea, all right? So get in their face.
I should take a lesson from Cherie's work in television. Never work with animals or children. Fair dinkum. I'm joking. He's a good bloke. Now, if I prepared to come over here and stand in his shoes, do you think he's more likely to be prepared to come over here and stand in mine? Just follow my prompts and do as you're told. He's more likely to understand my model of the world. Can you see that? But you've got to be prepared to... Quick. You've got to be prepared to get into his shoes first, and then he's more likely to come over into yours. See how trainable he is? Give him a round of applause. Well done, Bash. And repeat it from that perspective. Off you go. Real quick.
It was excellent. It was right on the money. The crowd responded appropriately, and I think there's some tools that they can go away and implement, and that's what we were looking for. And that is a response to the briefing we gave. He followed the brief, he linked it to the theme, and I think it's some learnings that the salespeople will be able to use from tomorrow. I think he's a mix of entertainment and knowledge, so that when he's invited to a function, he's on the money in terms of what he gets across, he entertains people, and they go away with practical tips.